we are telling our government and our health education partners in public health to make sure they are budgeting for menstrual hygiene products in our budget in schools.
Wale wamama wako bunge, wale wamama wamechaguliwa women rep, wapeleke mswada kwa serikali waweze kusupply sanitary kwa watoto wa shule.
Hata mzee uko na jukumu. Mtoto akifika 13 years and above, stand in the space na ununue. Ukienda shopping kununua unga, ukienda shopping kununua mboga, pitia supermarket uchukue pia hiyo sanitary towel. Iwekwe kwa kabati, mtoto akitaka ku access ana access.
Menstrual, menstrual, hygiene, hygiene, menstrual,
My name is Ruth Nderitu. I work for Dandelion Africa as a program manager. Today we are very excited and honored to join the rest of the global actors in celebrating Menstrual Hygiene Day, which is one of those events that come annually. The reason why we are very passionate about our girls is one of the barriers why our girls are not being retained in schools, why they are not transitioning, is because of lack of this basic. It's actually basic, but it's such a big barrier. So we work with schools to ensure that girls have access to these essential products, that is menstrual hygiene products, so they're able to manage even in terms of the absenteeisms. So being able to see that through our interventions in our clubs, that is Girls for Leaders, Boys for Change, Girls for Leaders, Boys for Change clubs, we've been able to improve retention in school by 96%. In terms of gaps, when I mentioned that you work with 55 schools, that is across boards, you realize that there are so many other schools that have not been incorporated. So it means we can do so much, but still we can do little in terms of the scope. So our call to action is to ensure that we are telling our government and our health education partners in public health to make sure they are budgeting for menstrual hygiene products in our budget in schools, to make sure that no girl is missing school because of certain access to that basic need. Another thing that we've seen as a gap is in terms of education. Menstrual health education is actually very important, and importance of incorporating boys. That's why for us we are very intentional in making sure that boys understand, because menstruation comes with a lot of stigma, and stigma grows in silence. So when you don't involve boys in the conversations, for them to be able to understand how they are able to support girls, you realize that we continue to widen the gap. So that is one of the areas. We are looking at ensuring also the public health officer, because it's part of the expectation to be able to be intentional in terms of the things they do. They put menstrual hygiene as part of their priorities, even when they are budgeting. The theme for this year is period-friendly world. Period is a biological normal process, but it has been accompanied with a lot of shame, a lot of stigma. So the theme is to make sure that everybody, every individual, every organization, every actor, make sure that they are creating an environment where it's period-friendly. People are able to speak boldly, openly, candidly about period and importance of period. Not having these conversations in hidden places, because we've seen other places, even leaders are not able to publicly speak about periods. A class, a student is not able to publicly express that I'm on my period and I need this kind of support. So the theme this year is to make sure everybody understands that this is a biological process, it's actually very normal, and we need to normalize the conversation around menstrual hygiene.
My name is Gladys Kamuren. I'm the Chief Officer, Gender, Social Services and Inclusivity, Nakuru County. Leo tumekusanyika hapa Barina Primary School kusherekea siku ambaye ni ya hedhi ulimwengu mzima, ama afya ya hedhi ambaye ni kwa kimombo ni Menstrual Health Hygiene Day, ambaye na celebratiwa siku kama hii dunia mzima kila mwaka. So leo tumekuja hapa kuweza kusanya watoto wa mashule kama 4-5 ambaye ni Losibil Primary, Barina Primary, Majani Mingi Primary, Dr. Liki Primary School, ambayo tunapatia mentorship na pia tunawapatia sanitary towels ama sodo, kwa sababu hapa sehemu hii ni sehemu kabisa kafu, ambayo sehemu ambayo ni remote kabisa. ambapo watoto hawawezi kupata sodo kwa njia rahisi. So tumeamua leo tunasherekea hapa Rongai constituency. Kama county tumeteam up na Ruasco na Dandelion, na tumesema leo tupatia hawa sodo ambaye itawamalizia mwezi 3 wakiwa shuleni. So nataka tu kutaja kidogo juu ya menstrual cycle kwamba leo tutafanya mentorship na pia tutawafunza jinsi ya kujitunza ama kutunza usafi wakati wa menstrual ama wakati wa hedhi, ili watoto wanapokuwa waweze kukua wakiwa na afya mzuri. Kitu wengine naweza ku highlight ni kwamba there is a big problem of sanitary in the entire country, especially in Nakuru County where we represent. Tunahitaji sanitary towels kwa mashule. We need a supply of sanitary towels because we know najua kwamba ni kazi ambayo iliwekwa kwa ofisi ya Women Rep katika Kenya mzima ama NGAF, lakini the government needs to go beyond that because watoto hawezi kwenda shule kama hawana, when they are on their menstrual days and they don't have sanitary. It's really very difficult. So tunaomba policy, wale wa mama wako bunge, wale wa mama wamechaguliwa Women Rep, wapeleke mswada kwa serikali waweze kusupply sanitary kwa watoto wa shule. This is not a role of the county government, neither is it for Dandelion, neither is it for Ruasco, but we are just doing it because we know there is a need and there is a gap. But we want the women reps who are represented to represent women, who are elected to represent women. Wapeleke mswada kwa serikali na wa lobby iweze kwenda through such that girls are supplied with sanitary towels every month. The same way they supply exercise books, textbooks, iwe sanitary pia ikiwe supplied. Because this is actually inachangia sana mimba za mapema, inachangia the school dropout, inachangia mambo mengi ambayo ina affect wasichana, watoto wasichana. And they are also women, they need representation. And that is why we come in to chip in a small way. When we come this year, this month, because ni menstrual day, what will happen in the next 3 months kama tumepeana hizo 3 zimeisha? So we need a constant supply of sanitary towels to the school going girls, because that is the source of all evil. Because when they miss sanitary towels, they don't go to school, they even sell their bodies because they want to get money for sanitary towels. And in the process, they get pregnant and they don't go to school anymore. So ombi langu ni kwa serikali, especially national government, waweze kusupply sanitary to all schools, primary schools and secondary schools wote Kenya mzima.
My name is Caroline Acheng. I come from Adinai Junior School. I'm in grade 9. About menstrual hygiene, what I know that this menstruation is something that is a must, a girl child should go under. So when you are going through it, don't be afraid. Just talk with teachers on how you feel. Sometimes you feel pain. So when you want to relieve that pain, there is some tablets that teachers or parents can give you so that it can stop that pain. Or me, these things I learned in school. Noroni school, I learned them from Dandelion Africa. They train us and tell us to train other children so that when they get this thing, they should not be afraid, but be happy that in future they'll have children.
Yes, my names are Kelvin Odhiambo. I'm from Adinai Secondary School. I'm from Drui. And about menstruation, I've learned it from Dandelion. They often pay visit to our school and they teach us how to handle these things in our school, because our school is a mixed school. So what I will do when a colleague has menstruated or has sweat on his clothes, first of all, because I've educated some of the students in my class and in my school, first of all, I will tell them that this thing is normal and it is a must for a girl to undergo this. So I have a colleague, a girl child colleague. I just tell her to help this girl. So he'll take that girl to our Dandelion club teacher, Madam Celia, who will take from that point.
My name is Rose Ngigi. I'm a director at Naruasco, representing Gilgil sub-county. And this afternoon we are delighted to have or to be involved at Barina School in this International Menstrual Hygiene Day. And we want to tell our girls that is nothing shameful about menstruation, that it is something that is actually ni kitu ambayo wanapaswa wajivunie, sababu ndio ambayo Mungu aliona ni vizuri kuleta ili tuweze kuendelea na kukuza jamii. Kwa hivyo the ladies need to be supported. They need to be taught that there is nothing shameful about menstruation. They do not have to experience trauma because of menstruation. And it is not only a girl's thing, it is both the society issue. So both men and women should be sensitized about menstrual hygiene. And that is why in Naruasco we have come to, together with the Nakuru County officers and the CEO who is present, to say that we recognize that there is no, or there can be no hygiene during menstruation without water. Our girls need clean water during their menses so that they can avoid infections, so that they can be healthy during that period. And that is why, as Naruasco, we ask even the government to support us as we come up with policy frameworks to bring water and clean toilets in our schools.
My name is Collins Omondi. I'm working at Dandelion Africa in the Department of Youth as a youth peer provider. And today I'm happy to be hosted here at Barina Primary School for World Menstruation Day. And just to mention, when we had our Young Voices for Change Summit, CEO Gender came and she had a conversation with girls. And I remember there was a girl who was talking so much about sanitary towel and hygiene that relates to menstruation. And because of that particular event, CEO Gender preferred to host this particular event in this particular school, just to show that she has responded positively about the request of the girls. Regardless, the budget line does not, belongs to her office for, supporting girls with sanitary towel. Then alone Africa, we are working with schools in Rongai and Baringo, in Nakuru and Baringo counties. We have around 18 schools in Rongai and 18 schools in Nakuru counties. And what we do most of the time when we come to school is to mentor these students, telling them that all things about menstruation is normal and they should not fear or rather feel shame talking about it, neither to their parents or rather to their whole communities. But however, we also distribute sanitary towels to school. But now, the number of girls in the school outmatch our budget and stuff. So that is the reason why we are present here today together with the Ministry of Gender, trying to see how we can help and support girls. So, and again, what we do inside school, we have a mentorship session where we talk about everything that relate and affect girls. Issues to do with teenage pregnancy, issues to do with drugs and substance abuse. But if you connect all these things, they are sexually related, because when a girl is pregnant, you could find that it is because of lack of basic need like sanitary towels. So one word to our parents is that it is so bad when your girl is undergoing menstruation and you've never talked about it. The first time she heard about it is from neighbors, is from the people who are not in the family. So it is the responsibility ya kila mmoja kwa familia, especially baba na mama. Hakuna siku hizi mambo ya kusema ati hiyo mambo itaongelewa na mama. Hata mzee uko na jukumu. Mtoto akifika 13 years and above, stand in the space na ununue. Ukienda shopping kununua unga, ukienda shopping kununua mboga, pitia supermarket uchukue pia hiyo sanitary towel. Iwekwe kwa kabati, mtoto akitaka ku access ana access. Because utauliza mtoto, nilikupatia chakula, nilikupatia mahali pa kulala, nilihakikisha uko sawa, mbona umetuangusha? Lakini mtoto anakosa ile confident ya kuja kuambia I need sanitary towel, I need panties. So nataka tuombe wazazi kwamba ni jukumu letu kuhakikisha kwamba tumelea. Malezi sio tu chakula, hata kuzungumza na mtoto, kumwambia ni changamoto gani anapitia.
Kwa majina naitwa Beatrice Mandieka. Mimi nafanya katika ofisi ya watoto, State Department of Children Welfare Services, hapa Rongai Sub-County. Na kuhusiana na World Menstrual Day, tunashukuru sana leo kwa sababu tumekuja ku-celebrate changamoto nyingi ambazo watoto wanapitia katika wakati wanakuwa na menses, ni kuwa wazazi hawawezi kuwapatia usaidizi because pads is part of clothing for a girl child in the Children's Act. Mzazi anastahili kupatia watoto hizo clothings. So changamoto ni kuwa wazazi hawajaweza kuelewa ni haki ya mtoto kupata hizo clothings zenye unahitaji wakati wako na menses, so that they are able to be neat and clean. Pia watoto wanakuwa na changamoto ya pains during that period. So mzazi haelewi ni pains gani wanapitia. Watoto pia hawawezi kuambia wazazi wao kuwa wanako na hizo pains, so unapata watoto wanakufanya nini? Wanakosa kuhudhuria shule because of the menses and the pains are going through wakati wanapata hizo menses. So hizo pia ni changamoto. Okay, wakati tunakuwa na mkutano huwa tunaambia wazazi kuwa the children have rights to those basic needs, clothing for the during periods, very vital for the children. So ni haki ya mtoto kupata hizo clothing during menses.
Kwa majina ni Peter Makitui, naibu wa chief wa the 9th sub-location, na tumeshirikiana na NGOs yenye iko hapa karibu ili kuwaelimisha wanafunzi njia ya kukaa kwa shule kama wako na shida, and then huwa tunawasaidia, tunawalink na NGOs wenye wako karibu na sisi, and then tuna link up na NGOs kama wanaweza pata chakula iwasaidie kuwalisha watoto wakiwa shule ili wawe naye wakae kwa shule. And then naye tuna link na NGOs kama kuna hizo supports hiyo vitu ya kusaidia kama pads, labda kusaidia ili iwe iwasaidie ili wawe kwa class, ili wa concentrate kwa maneno ya masomo. And then lingine ni wawe busy, ili wawe busy kwa shule, then wasiwe na wasiwasi saa ile pana wanasoma masomo yao. Tunawaambia ukweli. Unajua saa zingine wazazi wanaweza kuwa uoga kwa wazazi yao, kwa watoto yao kuwaambia. Huwa tunawaambia ukweli, waambie watoto yao ukweli. Kama ni mama, una approach wasichana wako. Kama ni baba, approach the boys, unawaambia ukweli vile iko. Hakuna haja ya kusema ya kwamba ati hiyo ni kitu imepitwa na wakati. Unawaambia ukweli wa mambo vile iko.